Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here and welcome to my guide to Pandemonium Abyssos, the 8th circle on the normal difficulty. It's just normal mode, so it's not that bad, but there's timestamps to skip around if you need to check something. This encounter is against Hephaistos, who alternates between 3 different forms with different attacks. In this base form, he has Genesis of Flame as a room wide and Flame Viper as a line AoE tank buster. Flame Viper also applies a bleed, so watch the damage and don't get clipped if you're not a tank. His first attack is Sunforge. This attack summons either a dragon or a phoenix around the boss to designate what kind of AoE it will be. The dragon is a line AoE from north to south, while the phoenix hits the east and west sides of the room. So dragon get to the boss's flanks, and phoenix get inside the hitbox. There are even handy dark lines on the ground to indicate the AoE ranges. After 3 Sunforges and a tank buster, Hephaistos will cast Reforged Reflection. This transforms him into another form for a new set of attacks. The first transformation is into a Hippokampus. He will dash to a side and begin preparing a sequence of knockbacks. Just memorize all the knockback directions and ensure you don't get sent into the wall. That will put a nasty fire dot on you that you don't want. You also can't knockback resist this, so don't try. Once the knockbacks resolve, he will use Rearing Rampage. This is just a physical room-wide AoE, so Feint is extra useful on this one. This will end the Hippokampus phase. Once back to normal, Hephaistos will use Fourfold Fires. This hits the room with 4 proximity AoEs, so stack up in the dead center. When they expire, they leave behind fire puddles, which will be key to the next attack. As the proximities hit, the boss will tether to 2 of the puddles and use Cthonic Vent. This sends a dragon to each tethered puddle, causing a huge AoE to erupt from them. After an AoE has gone off, the dragons will fly into a different puddle than the one they were just in, and do another AoE. Watch the dragons and where they move, and get away from the puddles that they dive into. This will cause 3 sets of AoEs total. After a Sunforge and Genesis of Flame, the boss will use Reforged Reflection again. This time he will transform into a Gorgon, before pulsing 2 mini Gorgons into the ground. They will zip around and end up on opposite sides of the room from each other. They'll also petrify anyone looking at them when they emerge from the ground. Track them and ensure that you don't look at either of them. Once they emerge, they will channel Gorgonian. If this cast finishes, the Gorgon will die and everyone will take massive damage and a Vuln stack. Just kill them before it finishes. Hephaistos will fire line AoEs called Gorgospits while you're killing the Gorgons, but just avoid them. After 2 Gorgospits, he will use Ektothermos for a room-wide magic damage attack before returning to normal. From this point on, Hephaistos will begin combining mechanics you've seen with more AoEs, or increase the number of attacks he uses per transformation. His next attack is Volcanic Torches. This summons fire pillars along the edge of the room that travel along the lines to draw boxes that will explode. You generally just want to track the pillars until you see where their boxes will be drawn, then get to any remaining safe spots. These first 2 will have 1 safe column or row, so just take your time and figure out where. The second Volcanic Torches also have 4 spread AoEs called Hephaistos Flares, so just make sure those don't overlap. After another few skills will be the Hippokampus phase again. The only difference this time is the number of knockbacks has increased by 1. Be wary of this Simon Says pattern of knockbacks and just don't lose track of them. Once he transforms back to normal, he will do Fourfold Fires again. During the second set of dragon AoEs, Volcanic Torches will start tracking and drawing some danger zones. Focus on finding the safe puddles first, then get safe from the Volcanic Torches. There will be flares on everyone and a Sunforge, so spread out the flares and then get safe of the Sunforge AoE. After a few more attacks, the next transformation will be back to Gorgon. This phase now has 4 line AoEs hitting the outer edge, so you'll need to dodge the Gorgon gazes while staying close to the middle, no biggie. While killing the Gorgons, you'll also need to watch for Volcanic Torches, but other than that, it's pretty much the same. After returning to normal, he just does a few simple skills before going back into the Hippokampus mode, and the fight is on repeat at this point. It's not too bad, just try to use the outlines on the arena to help keep track of some of the AoEs, and you'll be fine. Clearing this encounter will let you win 1 armor token per week like the rest of the floors, but it will also reward you with a blade. 7 of these blades can be used to get a Tombstone item that you can use alongside your Causality Tomes to buy an item level 620 weapon. There is also a minion and an Orchestrion roll, both of which won't affect your weekly loot. And that's going to be a wrap for my guide to Abyssos 8th Circle on the normal difficulty. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share, and stay tuned. We will of course be doing Savage guides right after it comes out and right after I clear everything. Anyway, thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care.